Hello again. Well, I'm back again with another video whereby I'm talking about every feeling matter. Like every feeling matter. Whether you're feeling jealous, whether you're feeling sad, whether you're feeling competitive, whether you're feeling like you're comparing yourself, whether you're feeling whatsoever feeling that you're actually feeling, even if it's low vibrational feelings, because they fucking matter. Like this thing of in a special community whereby you have to suppress your feelings, it's so fucked up. Like I find it extremely toxic. Did I fall for that shit? I did, but I had to embark on my own journey. There was a time where I just switch off from the community. Like I just switched off. Like I didn't watch stroll on my Instagram. I didn't just listen to anything that is actually spiritual whatsoever, and it was something that is necessary for me because I was called to do that shit. I was called to just switch off. Because why? A lot of people in a spiritual community, they're talking about positive blah, 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 whatsoever. They don't talk about the importance of being angry, the importance of doing whatsoever. So being angry, it's part of life. That's why we're reincarnated on earth. It's because we are meant to feel everything. It's a karmic soul contract, but just because it's a karmic soul contract, it doesn't mean you should stuff up everything. You just have to be the poker face, be positive and all and stuff. Like recently, like I have been through like a really dark shit. Like the thing is with dark shit that is happening, that you've been suppressed a lot, or maybe you didn't suppress. It's just something that you have to go through it. It sometimes it feels like it's been happening for like a long time. Like you won't get out of it. You're just gonna be like that. Like you end up being like in a very low vibration. That's how you end up being so low, so shitty, feeling like extremely shitty. Like this new moon, like this since from this new moon, I think, I don't know when it was, but it's 11 August today. So it's like I've been feeling like shitty, like so shitty, like you're like in the most low vibrational way. And the last time I was actually like that, it feels like it's been a long time, but I know that it probably did happen early this year. It's just that sometimes it feels like it's another new level, because whenever you unlocking another new level of yourself, you tend to go through shit. Like you go back to that low vibrational, whether it's a new twist now, because it won't be exactly like that. Universe don't tell you what is next. They don't tell you what's up. But you know what about this darkness? It was more like I'm just going to another um dark night of the soul. I like it was so fucking intense, and I was like, it just dawned on me like yesterday, like, fuck, it's actually a full moon. Because in South Africa, or maybe in Africa, like the full moon was started yesterday on 10 August, as well as today, which is 11 August. As she said, it's so bright and shit. I've noticed like most of the time full moon happened 2 days, for 2 days straight, or more than 2 days. I don't know what in other countries, but I'm in South Africa, so it happened twice. And it's still a full moon. It's 11 August. I don't know whether tomorrow will be showing. I don't know. So sometimes it just go far, like to the 3 days to almost 5 days. So it's actually full moon. Like I was feeling like shitty as fuck, like shitty as fuck. The only thing that kept me insane, like kept me sane, it was books. Like I just went crazy, and I was realizing, like, what the fuck, I need to, like, I just keep on postponing to take walks. I kept on postponing to do things that I wanted to do. I kept postponing doing whatsoever. I kept the only thing that kept me sane is being around water, like bathing. Because whenever I'm bathing, I feel like I'm just letting go of certain energy. So it just helped. Like water is one of the most things that I'm actually guided to be around. Even if I don't live near a coastal areas, I can just still be around river. I can still be around what even bathing water. You just don't have to even like, you just have to be around it. You just have to drink it. You just have to bath. You just have put your feet in water whatsoever in order for you to recharge. Water is an extremely important to sensitive people. Even if you're not a sensitive person, you just have to be around water. Is It's another way of recharging. Like we are recharging the same way that you can use sun to recharge. You can recharge with anything, like nature whatsoever. So I was feeling extremely dark, in a most awful way. But you know what? Every feeling that you are feeling, supposed to feel it. You're not supposed to sugarcoat it. I was feeling like, do you know? It was like, I don't remember the last time I called myself a loser. Like that, how down I was. Like, and the last time I think I called myself a loser, I think it was 2020. And I was like, those feelings just, it was just another going back to that phase, like feeling like a loser, like all the things people said, like I'm a loser whatsoever, it was coming back now. I was me spitting it. I was the one who's telling me that. The thing is about abusers that we came across in our life, in our journey. They are allowed abusers. They are actually loud bullies, while you are actually a silent bully. When I'm talking about loud bullies, the thing is they are very loud. They are verbally, they are like verbally bullying or physically bullying and whatsoever. While you are actually silent bully, you are silently bullying yourself. How do you know that you're actually silently bullying yourself? Whenever the dialogue you're having within yourself is shitty as fuck, like you constantly telling yourself you're a loser, constantly like nothing you done you do is actually worth doing. Like you constantly like shitting on yourself. You constantly um doing a lot of shit that is not on the tick, that is not whatsoever, just because you're in a low vibrational state, just because you are experiencing a low vibrational emotions, it doesn't mean that you are actually a loser. It's just that it's the same thing. Whenever you are upgrading, you tend to go back like very low in order for you to go up. It's the same thing whenever you're experiencing happiness and sadness. Whenever like you be happy, and then like being happy, genuinely happy, and then you are experiencing like a really stormy season, you gonna experience that it's gonna be a genuine storm. Like it's gonna feel like genuine as fuck, as ebon, like my language keep on coming out. You see, when you're a genuine person, when you genuinely love people, when you genuinely love yourself, you love yourself strong. But sometimes because of same, it's another it's the same thing with a yin and yang. You tend to be extremely happy, you tend to be extremely sad. I'm like that. I tend to feel it a lot, so I have to constantly have to tell myself everything's gonna be okay, everything's whatsoever. I continue to say something positive, but I allow myself to be emo. But it was like a long time ever I call myself a loser. It was like a long time that I actually been so mean to myself, and I was like, fuck, I'm going back to be a silent bully again, and I need to really deal with this emotion. So I was trying a lot, but it was a good thing. Like sometimes we tend to be so harsh on with ourselves, and being critical to yourself, being mean to yourself is not gonna make any kind of change. It's just gonna make you feel awful. Like I remember I even go back to things that I actually wrote, the code that I actually wrote, and I was like, fuck, where did that all go? You know? So I'm like, sometimes you just have to allow yourself to feel everything, because every fucking emotion, whatever that you're actually feeling, it's gonna bring you wisdom. Every emotion that you're feeling, it's bring you wisdom. Whether you're feeling jealous, you need to go within yourself. Why you're feeling jealous of the other person? Why you feeling the need to compete with the other person? Why you feel the need uh call yourself with those names? Because there's actually wisdom around those emotions. Don't suppress any shit. Don't like. It's another way probably. It's allow you to be vulnerable with yourself. Whenever you're being vulnerable with yourself, you tend to be truthful to yourself, because vulnerability allow you to be truthful to yourself. It allow you to move on, allow you to stay there, and allow you to move up, stay away from that place, because you can't always be in the same place emotionally, mentally, physically. You can be there physically, because sometimes the manifestation, physical manifestation will take time, and it's okay whenever it takes time, because you don't know what is happening behind the scene. You don't know what else is actually you're gonna face, what is or exactly you're gonna go through. And I'm just gonna not act like I it's something that is actually I'm not gonna act like it's something that you can control sometimes, because physical movement, it can be one of the things that you cannot control. You can do it, but you cannot control. For example, how many times you plan a trip or we go out to that trip and then something just didn't go right, or maybe you plan to do this, to move this country, and then you find out this country is not the country that you actually want, or like you're planning things with your ego, but you are not in you tend to we forget to make conservation with whoever is guiding us, spiritual guides, souls, ascended masters. We tend to, I'm not saying we forget, I won't say we forget, it's just sometimes the thing that they're giving us probably whatever you say. For example, I'm just like, I just want to move to France, and blah blah blah. Making this conservation with whoever you're working with, whoever is guiding you, whoever that you believe in. Like, I just want to do this. I want to move to France. I want to move to like a coastal area, but it's more like I want to have outdoor space so that I'll be able to plant my food. I will be able to, like, it's more like a farm place. Like it make it more farmland like. And then it'd be like, resource me telling which country move into. Be like, India? I'd be like, hell no, hell no, you know? And be like, you know what? I'd be like, nah, hell no. And then moving to making that trip to France, and you'd be like, now I understand why they said not France. And then wasted money, wasted energy just because you didn't listen. But it's okay, we do that. Because sometimes we like to treating things with our head. We like treating life, but we are not in power. We are in power, we are, have a free will, but like divine God know what he's doing. He know what the fuck he's doing to you. That's why he's telling you that this country, this country, this country. Be like, like I know that most of my travels will be more in the Asian countries. Like I'm drawn to Asian countries. I don't know what the fuck with it, but most of the time Asian, just Asian makes sense. And you see the dogs are actually confirming that. So yeah, just like that. You'll be like, you want this country, and you'll be like, nah, not this country, not just like it, you know. So we are not always in control of our physical movement. We can say this and that, and then you'll be there and find out, nah, this is not what I want. It's the same thing with the career. You manifest this career and you find out, this is not the career that I want. You like, we know. So yeah, when even emotionally, sometimes some people just need a lot of time to process things. They just need a lot of time. So I, like, for example, most of the time I actually react late. I'm a late reactor. For example, I think most of the time that's why people never been able to trigger me. Most of the time is because of that. I tend to react late because sometimes I'm like, for example, what's one thing that someone said, like maybe someone is just being mean towards you, but not like that aggressive mean, like to the point that you be like, what the fuck? Probably they're just mean, but they're saying in the right way. They're having a smile. You know, people who say mean things with a smile. Just for example, uh, I'm just gonna make an example with the Chris Rock thing, with the Will Smith thing. Chris Rock was mean as fuck, but people are ignoring the fact that Chris Rock was also wrong in the situation. They're acting like because Will did too much, he slept. But Chris Rock, he was mean as fuck. You don't make jokes about people's appearance. You don't make jokes. You can make jokes about the clothes they're wearing, even though I don't know whether that does make you uh does that give you money? I don't know. But the fact that you have to comment on someone's hair, unless you both your carries around that shit, you just a dick. Like you just, your energy is just dick as fuck. You, how can you make a comment about someone's hair? Like what is in their hair? Like you making it, like there are plenty of shit. I think that's why that I don't fuck with a lot of comment. Comment is just another dark. It's so fucking dark. Like I don't understand. Like I don't fuck with comedy. And I was like, maybe there's something's wrong with me. Like most of the time, even the comedy that I watched when I was a child, and I'd be like, fuck, this motherfucker is racist as fuck. Like you be like, fuck, you be so, because I'm a late reactor. Sometimes like things make sense. I'm like, what? This motherfucker said that. Like that's how I feel. Like a lot of comedy, whenever I go, even the cartoons, be like, what the fuck? And you'll be so irritated because now you see exactly what the motherfucker said. In the when you're a child, you just laughed. You just like, and then you be like the plant. Like I don't fuck with comedy. Comedy, it's so there's a dark in it, so much darkness in it, so much racist in it, so much there's truth in it, but the fact that you have to make a comment with someone's wife and not wife, not only that, not just he's someone's wife, you know a lot of people are in it, on them, like you fucking know. Chris Rock, I'm so surprised they even call each other friends. Like friends don't do each other like that. They don't do each other like that. They don't make jokes with others wife like that. I get it, maybe you making jokes like, oh fuck, you look like a granny to the in terms of your outfit whatsoever, because that kind of thing you can say that it's not that deep, but at the same time I feel like it's unnecessary. But to make comment about, like it's so thick. I don't understand why people are supporting Chris Rock in whatever he said, and be like, "Ha, your will was so wrong to the bitch. You are fucking hater." A lot of people fucking hate that nigga. They fucking hate Will because he Will is healing. Even he made his mistake, he own it. He fucking own it. That's how we should supposed to be. We're supposed to fuck it up, but at the same time healing. This motherfucker I fucking hate. They make it like Will Smith, like haha, like he's crazy for doing what yes, he was supposed to control his emotion, just not celebrate motherfucker. But Chris Rock was fucking phony as fuck. Who does that? Like how could as a friends, but you're making fun with like fuck off, dude. Like I don't understand that shit. And even if you're a comedian, you're making other people laugh. You don't make comment like that. You don't like. Guys, it make me angry. Like thing it make me angry. I guess maybe because I didn't like when it was people were talking about it, I just withdrawn. My energy just told me that I should like I'm that kind of person who like maybe like, oh Aquaman it just Aquaman just happened to be out, you know, blah 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 blah. Like it's a new movie. It's everywhere. It's in cinema. Blah blah blah. I tend to just maybe let it be for 2 years or 3 years until that how I am. I just tend to not watch things that is actually people in it because I can hear people's energy in it. And most of the time, when people are no longer into it, that's when I find myself into it. So to the point that right now I'm watching movie that I was watching when I was a kid, but I didn't understand it because it was in everybody's lips. True, everybody have opinion on it, so it tend to distract the way I think. It tend to distract my intuitive ability. So I tend to do research on my own individual. So I tend to just stay away until everyone forget about it. It's the same thing with the movie Get Out. I watched Get Out. I think it was a movie that I actually watched that is actually horror. It was a second movie that I actually watched. Second last, yeah, second last that I actually last watched. That was actually a scary movie that was actually very very trending, and I was like, I need to stay the fuck away from this one. Why? I watched it, but I didn't understand it until I saw it on TV like last 2 weeks ago, and I was like, I need to rewatch. And it finally dawned on me, like, fuck! Oh, this is how I knew this movie. Yes, initially it was about racist. It's about how they treated the black people and whatsoever. But I was like, what? Like, but now it's more like it just make me like feel it. Like it made me feel it into the point that I just understand everything. I was like, fuck, you know, that what happened. That's why I tend to watch movies like old movies more than the new movies. I'm not saying they're bad whatsoever. It's just that I realized my brain works different. I tend to understand a movie whenever they're no longer in everyone's lips. Same thing. I'm channeling a lot of Nicki Minaj's song, and a lot of people in spiritual community will be channeling a lot of Nicki Minaj's song because back then we're just hyping. Yeah, yeah. Oh shit, I did it on them. This motherfucker, and oh, and be like, now you're looking at lyrics, you're like, fuck, I did shit on them. Like, obvious you didn't shit on them. Like, it's just that people, whenever experiencing enemies, a lot of like Nicki Minaj would be a most channeled musician, whereby we're talking about enemies, whatever they're doing. So I'm telling about feelings that they matter. Whatever feelings you're experiencing, they have wisdom. So now I'm talking about other things. They have a fucking wisdom. Whatever that you are feeling, don't run away from it. It's a fucking wisdom. You are scared, you have fear, whatsoever. You have it has wisdom. Recently I went out on the dam yesterday. So I was outside in nature, and then I went out on the dam, and then the thing is, as much as I love water whatsoever, I feel more safe in ocean rather than a dam whatsoever. So this dam, like I've been out on it like a long time, but I rarely get so close to it. I did, but it's not something I say like it's often. Like I'll be just living a distance, not to be that close, because it gave me some trips. Like it gave me some trips. I'm like, ah. And I realized it smelled like I don't know what happened with fishes. Like what the fuck, you know? And I was like, as I was in that dam, I realized like I'm feeling a lot of fear, like a lot of fear. And it, you know what? When I finally left, I was not experiencing any fear anymore. I was just in a more calm place. But I try, like I cry, like I just allow myself, my emotions to just take over, and I just cry, like, and it's like it's just heavy. And then I was like, after like some time, I was able to just be calm whatsoever and be in my energy again. But I just like allow yourself to experience everything. Like allow yourself, even if you feel like you're the baddest and shit, allow your feelings to happen. They have a lot of wisdom. They have a lot of things that um you are running away from here in it, because our soul is God. So know our soul know what's best for us. That's why I reject people. Reject, or you be in your ego, wanting this guy to be your to take you serious, or this girl to take you serious, but your soul would constantly reject something that is not supposed to be yours, or something that you're supposed to be in it. It's the same thing whenever you feel like you are stupid going to school, and school is something that is not for you. Your soul will reject it. That's why you experience a lot of depression, anxiety with something that is not for you. It's the same thing when, for example, when you want to be friends with someone and that they constantly give you word energy, experience anxiety or depression, and then you're like, oh fuck, oh yeah, because as much as you want to be this person's friend whatsoever, it's not something that you need. It's not something that you need. It's not something to guide that you have with this person. Probably you just have to listen to them whatsoever. You're not supposed to be close to them, because you are waiting, being anxious and whatsoever. You don't need that anxiety, you don't need that depression that comes with it. It's the same thing with school, same thing with church. I like church, like I have really weird vibes with that thing, like since I was a kid, and I stayed the fuck away. I even became like a liar. Like that church made me a liar. When I'm saying church made me a liar, I because I was forced to it. So what I did, I they said I should go to church, and then I would wait for church to be over, and then I will go home. When I say we'll wait for church to be over, I mean like my 12-year-old brain, my 11-year-old brain, she just decided to wait outside, not even too close, probably like 1 kilometer away, and to be able to see what is happening. And then when church is over, I'll be sitting down, and when the church is over, I'll just leave. And then I'm like for me, I was very fortunate because they never asked me about the verse or whatsoever is happening. I would either my soul didn't like it, but I understand some people are guided to be like a religious, because our soul your soul will tell you this is something that you're supposed to do. For me, it always been psychology. Like it always been psychology. Every time, whenever coming across psychology, I would just study it, or just I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. Like it always been psychology. When I was supposed to choose psychology, my little girl inside me just said nah, and I know it was not just my little girl. My soul was like, no, don't study psychology, because psychology, I think it's a degree whereby you have to have masters in order for you to be able to have your own is it, if I'm not mistaken, correct me, you have to have your own to be able to assist other people with whatsoever profession that you like. You have to have masters in order for you to be able to be in it, in terms of like start practice. I think it's something like that. And I was like, yeah, I know why my ancestors have rejected me from doing psychology, because I was qualifying and I applied for it. It just, things went like another direction, because I was applying to another university while I was actually I applied to a many university. So I didn't, the university I wanted to go into, they rejected me. They didn't say I'm rejecting you. Something just went like, it was, I don't know how to explain this. I was not rejected initially, but I didn't follow through. Instead, I followed through to another province, because it was different province. I followed through with this province was actually me, and then after like uh finishing the first degree, I went I applied for psychology. I got rejected again, but this time I got rejected because the other one I didn't follow through, because there were a lot of things that made me not to go to that province. There were a lot of things that were constantly put as obstacles. I knew that my ancestors, God don't want me to be in that province. Probably something, a lot of things happened to me, but at the same time, I knew that that the way I ended up studying it, it was something that was like, I feel like most of my things that happened in my life were more destiny. There was something that was meant to happen. How it all happened, how I was able to heal from, how I was able to just be the bad bitch that I am right now. Like, it's so like a lot of things will make sense. Like, it will make sense, because a lot of things, as much as we do have free will, I like to believe we have free will, but most of the time you are not in control. A lot of things were destiny. Like, you were gonna go through this. You were going to go through this, because there's no such a thing as coincidence. Is it coincidence? Yeah, I think so. So there's no such a thing as that. So every feeling that you are feeling, it's something that you're supposed to be experiencing. They have a lot of wisdom. They contain a lot of wisdom. Like, a lot of it. The jealousy, you don't have to be a bitch to other person. You just have to deal with your jealousy. You have to deal with your anger. You don't have to kill other people just because you're angry. You don't have to do people dirty just because you're angry. People are not like, I hate people. I just hate you. I just hate the fact that you have to, whenever you are angry, everybody is supposed to be in the same energy as you. I don't like those motherfuckers who maybe in the morning their boyfriend dumped them. Now they're gonna be mean to everybody. Like, bitch, we don't need that. We just don't fucking need that. A lot of people normalize that behavior. I find it so fucked up. Like, your boyfriend dumped you, or maybe your boyfriend did whatsoever, or maybe your girlfriend did whatsoever, and now you're supposed to be in a wet mood. Like, we had teachers in high school who were actually like that. I never understand those motherfuckers. Just because whatever that day just been ruined, now is supposed to ruin my day. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm that person that whenever I'm having difficulties or whatsoever, I tend to withdraw and just deal with my shit until I come back. Even if I have to be in a public place, I just don't even share that dude. I just went through this. I just share it later if it's no longer bothering me. I don't understand people who just gonna be angry or gonna be so whatsoever just because like everyone's supposed to be whatsoever. It's the same thing. As example, this other girl did abortion, like she was 20, and then she did abortion. She was 20, she was a university student, and she came across another girl like later on. Like, she did abortion when she was 20, she was now like 27 to 30. She saw this girl who was in the same situation as her. She was 20, she was struggling as her, she was doing whatsoever badly as like like, you know, when someone is actually mirroring you when you're actually exactly that age. It was something like that. And then she was pregnant also, she was doing whatsoever, but she didn't abort the baby. And the girl is actually starting to be mean to that person, like like being mean. Like, I don't understand girls who get pregnant. The thing is, until that girl, she didn't understand why this motherfucker was mean to her until her friend, the mean one girl, her friend came up to that other one. She was like, I'm sorry that my friend is actually mean to you. The thing is, you remind you of her when she was actually pregnant, but she had abortion. So now she's just being mean. She's just feeling like God is talking to her in other, but she dealt that with that in the most meanest way. She just had to be mean. So just deal with whatever that is happening, your emotions, and bye.